I don't know. What do we want to start with? What topics do we have? We have lots to discuss. Obviously, we're going to talk about what we played this week, all that jazz. This is the intro. Are we doing a normal intro, or do we want to get straight into it and just like plow into what we played?
Well, you said you had a story, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. I've had a little. Anyway,
You literally just said it.
yeah, that is.
That's why I'm here. That's why it's a
So
1-2
yeah,
punch.
recently I've been doing things just because I feel like it's funny. You ever like do
Mhm.
something and it's a for you thing, right? Like it's a thing that you've done and it's to make you happy, right? You
Yes,
have those things? Cool. So
of
I've
course.
started doing those things, but to a little bit of an extreme as of late. One of those things I did recently with a sticky note, which we'll get into probably in a Patreon
Oh,
podcast for
okay.
that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But one that happened earlier in the month was at a movie that I went to see at Captain America: Brave New World. Did you see it?
Mhm. No, not yet anyway.
Okay. Are you gonna wait till it gets to Disney Plus? Is that what's going on?
No, I had planned to go to the theater. Like, all right, I was interested in it. It just wasn't an entry that had me like, I need to see this from day one. It
I
wasn't
feel
that
you.
kind of entry for me. Like, it
Oh yeah,
looks
same.
interesting, but not like I didn't have like the hype that I usually have.
That's valid. I
So, I'm
I
going but I don't think like, I see people, like, kinda shitting on it. I never thought it looked bad. I just wasn't in a rush to go
mhm.
see it.
I will say, the people that are shitting on it are insane. It's not a
Mhm.
bad movie by any means. It's just it's a fine run of the mill Marvel experience. You know, like it kind of gives you vibes of wanting to be like Winter Soldier, but then it's not really. You know, whatever. But that's basic gist of it. Other than that though, I had an experience at that theater because I decided to make like a day of it. I think it was on
Right.
President's Day that I went because we had off on that Monday, and I'm like walking around the mall. Which, if you've been to the local Pennsylvania area, Neshaminy, the Neshaminy Mall is decrepit, dude. There's
What mall
one
isn't
food
decrepit now?
a lot of them. Oxford Valley Mall is back in business and booming.
Really?
Cherry Hill is insane. It felt like I was in the '90s when I walked into that place, how
Alright.
booming
2
it
malls
was.
I have not been to, and I
Me
couldn't tell you the last time.
me neither. When I went there, I was like, "What is happening?" I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone, but
Did you
Neshaminy
go during
sucks.
holiday season?
No, just
Oh.
random, like, random day in January. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
"Holy shit." But, so I was at the Neshaminy Mall, and I'm doing my shit. I bought a Broly figure, you know, because you
Mhm.
buy a Broly figure,
Because
um,
you do.
because you do. I'm having a nice day. I'm just, like, doing a nice little, like, couple laps around
Mhm.
the mall, make my way into the theater, and I order myself mac and cheese bites because 'cause they're fucking dope. If you haven't gotten them at AMC, they're fucking dope. And I get myself a hot dog. I'm like, "I'm gonna treat myself today." Nice little treat myself day.
Treat
My
yourself, don't cheat yourself.
Exactly. And a nice little cheat day as well because your boy
Mhm.
eats very strict diet that is also just good.
Mhm.
But sometimes I treat myself. So I got mac and cheese bites, big ass drink, and I make my way up to my seat. Which, if you don't know the podcast lore, I have a specific seat that I always choose at the very top, very left. Because if you sit there, there's a little path that you can go back to where there's a secret hidden bathroom that a bunch of theaters link to, and there's, like, a staircase and a solo elevator that you can take if you just need, like,
Mhm.
a single person on a wheelchair, all that back there. So I can just be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom," whoop, and I can just go right back to there, so I'm in the very top row. I
How'd you
walk
find
in,
out about this secret bathroom?
I kinda just saw the path one time, and I was like, "I wonder what's back there," and then I saw it was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, it's just a bathroom," and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty neat." And then I would start going there, and then I like to go by myself to the movies a lot just to be like, "I'm just gonna go watch a fucking movie and have a good day." And, the It's just the perfect spot because then you're not in anybody's way. You don't have to worry about cutting in front of people to go to the bathroom because it's just right fucking there.
Yeah,
So, it's my spot. It's the kingly spot.
I see.
I'm gonna name everything the kingly
You
thing
can take a
now.
lot of pride in this spot
Yeah,
that you
this is my spot. It's like I feel like super it's very Big Bang Theory bullshit Sheldon, but, like, it's perfect. It's the perfect fucking spot.
One day you're gonna
Um,
go there and it's gonna be, like, out of order and you're gonna rage in
dude,
the theater.
honestly, I'd probably go in the women's room that's right next to it because nobody uses them. So it's just like, what's the problem? And I'll just let the hair down and
I'm
just,
about to say you got the long hair, you can get away with it.
yeah, it's fine. I got the titties. But anyway, moving forward in the story. So I walk in and I'm making my way to I'm doing my ascent to the aggro crag of this
Mhm.
AMC theater in the Dolby Atmos theater. And I'm in my row, and Maria Menounos is doing her fucking thing. Welcome to Newbie, blah blah blah. And
Right.
at the time, it was February, so a lot of the bumpers that were going on were related to Black History Month, right?
Mhm.
So there's one on there, and it's just like,
That's
I
why they
don't know
put
if
Black in America released in that month.
yeah, a lot of people were saying, "So just wait, this gets great."
Oh,
It's
man, I didn't even know it was
insanely
related to
it's gonna
this. Go
take a
ahead.
left turn in a second, you're gonna be like, "You're kidding." So
Mhm.
fucking I'm sitting there as I'm like and I'm getting my mac and cheese bites, and I'm fucking horking those down, and so I got crumbs left, and that's it. Put my thing to the side, and that trailer's going on, and it's this black athlete who, like, has no legs or something, but he became, like, an MMA fighter,
Mhm.
and, like, that was, like, the big deal, like and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And I'm just casually watching, and it's 3 rows down, 3, like, maybe
3.
two seats over from where I'm at, there's this old white guy, and he says, with his chest,
Oh,
"Fucking
shit.
blacks." And I'm just like
Whoa.
and I'm in my seat, and I'm like, "I'm gonna hit a guy because like, I'm not I'm gonna hit this man." So I'm texting Ryan this because.
Is there, like, people in it? Is it like a packed theater?
There's, like, a mom and a kid maybe a little bit farther down right, and then there's, like, a family just sitting down in, like, the front region, which I don't understand why you buy tickets for that region, it's stupid, but that's besides the point for this story.
Mhm. That's
But
their area, like, just like that's your area at the
I
top.
was just like I'm like, "First of all, insane to do that in public.
That's
Second of
wild.
all, insane choice of movie to be seeing and then also have that
Oh,
opinion."
yeah.
Like, it's not lining up for me. So
It's like when you hate watch. That's what it
I
is.
guess, yeah. So,
I'm
I'm
not
I'm
paying to hate watch, though.
I wanna let you know I am high as a kite at the moment, this
Mhm.
happening,
So
and my
I'm sure a part of you were like, "I didn't just hear that."
a little bit, but, like, I'm like, my blood's boiling because 'cause I'm just like, "There's no fucking shot." And I'm, like, messaging Ryan, and luckily, he's not on the clock at the time, so he has the wherewithal to message me back, and, like, it kinda calmed me down a bit because I was just gonna straight up go and deck this dude because if I want, I have a secret entrance that I know about,
It all
and I can
circles
get the
back.
fuck out of here real quick?
Mhm.
Um, but the issue is that I'm high as a kite. So what I devise as a plan because I'm really light-footed if you don't know, and I can kind of just disappear and then like appear places. It's a thing that I have. I'm a superpower
Sneaky,
if you didn't
sneaky.
know. Imagine Nightcrawler but less cool and less religious.
Less blue.
Less blue. I like the color though. I'm Blue Ranger and Power Rangers. Fuck, man, it does line up. Shit. Anyway, moving
There it
back to the
goes.
story. So I
Mhm,
devised this plan, and I grabbed my box that I had for my mac and cheese bites that is now empty except for the crumbs, and
mhm,
I sneak down like Batman, 3 rows down. Well, no, 2 rows down
mhm.
because he's the third row down. So I'm 2 rows down behind him, and for the first 30 minutes of the movie, I'm sprinkling crumbs into the back of his shirt.
The
For
fact
the
that you did this is insane. I mean, salute.
I have an exit solution, and I'm high as a kite.
True, I'm sure you had
And I was in this
that
I don't
green courage
care.
in you.
Dude, I was like, I don't care anymore. I'm like, fuck this guy. Cause here's the way I look at it. If I want to, I can get out of this physically in the way where I'm like, aha, and then make a quick escape, or I could just run like a bitch. So I got options.
You got options. Yeah, yeah, I hear
But
you.
I'm doing it for the first 30 minutes, and I'll just like do a sprinkle, and then I'll sit back in the seat, and I'll just wait.
Mhm.
No, sprinkle. And then I forget where it was in
Get a
the
lot of
movie.
crumbs.
I think it was after the first action sequence is when I was like,
Mhm,
"Okay, that's enough." And I sneak my way back to my seat, and
mhm.
I just sit back. And the remainder of the movie, since there's nobody in the theater, because no offense, nobody's seeing this Captain America movie, I'm on my phone to Ryan, like, dude, I am dying laughing right now. This guy keeps reaching like this and like scratching the back of his neck the
Oh, so
whole
you put it,
time.
like, in his shirt, like,
Like sprinkled
inside.
it, yeah.
I'm
So
thinking, like, maybe he has a hoodie and you're putting it, like, in the hood or something like
oh
that.
no, 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 back of shirt, back of shirt.
So it's just, like, in the back of his shirt, it's like skin to crumbs, like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
got it.
So that and then he just never looked back. I guess he thought it was, like, on the seat or some shit, but I felt
Mhm,
like I, like, inflicted some sort of Batman justice, so I sent, like, the gif of Batman Beyond going like this and then the wings flay out?
mhm,
I sent that to
yeah,
Ryan. I'm like, "I'm Batman, dude." Just like so yeah, that
yeah,
was
that's
my
pretty good.
that was my Captain America story. I did a
Cap
little
would
bit
be
of
proud.
justice because like, how the fuck like, of all months, of all movies to see
You coulda saw anything else. Like, you
yeah.
had to, like, purposely see that movie, buy that
Dude,
ticket.
it's funny because like, my blood is kind of boiling a little bit now, like, I'm getting, like, that shaky, like, I wanna hit
Mhm,
someone energy because 'cause I'm, like, reliving it, but, like, ooh, yeah, I didn't like him, to say the least. But yeah, that was I'm just doing shit for fun. I'm doing
man,
side quests, you know what I mean?
because now I'm like, how would I have acted in the theater if I heard that?
I don't he's lucky that the theater was as empty as it was,
I
genuinely.
I might not have see, that's why I said salute to you. I might not have done that, but I would have been like, he'd have said that, and I would have just been like, "What?" And just see how he acted.
Dude, the Stone Cold Steve Austin what would be crazy. God,
Just to
but
see
yeah.
him, like, see if he, like, jumps, like, "Oh, shit."
Just skedaddles out.
Yeah, right.
"Oh, no, they caught me." I
"What was
mean,
that about blacks?"
dude, it was rough, man. But yeah, that was the movie was fun though. It was a good time. I liked it
I
a
heard.
lot, and then I got to
Nobody I
escape.
know who's like, well, let me rephrase that. Everybody I know who went to see it has told me, like, "Yo, it's good."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Alright, cool."
Honestly, I will say there's a lot of like, the fight scenes in this movie especially, I was like, "Dude, this is so fucking creative." Like, the way that Sam's using his, like, wings and shit. It's
Mhm.
cool, and then also the wings got a little bit of an upgrade. I don't wanna spoil anything. You can kinda maybe do the math of where the upgrade came from, but it makes it
Yeah.
slick as shit. It's slick as shit, dude. It's
Alright,
cool. I
alright.
like it. I almost bought an action figure because of it, but I don't collect the movie figures, so I passed.
At this
But,
point, I don't know if it'll it's still planned, I'm sure. Am I gonna go see it or am I just gonna just wait now?
I mean, it's fine if you wait, I think. I don't think it's not like I need to see it material, but
Mhm.
it's good on the big screen if you see it in the big screen. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing.
Alright,
Nice
check
little
it out.
event, like, little date night if you wanted to go out with it and be like, "Oh, wanna go see Anthony Mackie do the best shit ever for a couple hours?"
We thought about doing it for, Valentine's Day. Uh, I was like, "You wanna just do dinner and a movie? We just go see, Captain America and then go find something to eat?"
Mhm.
She kinda had the same feeling. She was like, she's like, "I'm not against it, but I just don't have that, like, I need to see it energy for it."
Yeah,
So we
that's
didn't
valid.
but then everyone in the house got sick, so Valentine's Day was canceled. Well, the outing part was canceled. It was
Valentine's Day
love in
became
the
an
house.
a at-home situation.
There's plenty of love in the house to go along with the snotty tissues everywhere from everyone.
Amazing. Well, that's my story of Captain America. Do you
You did,
I
you Cap would be proud, Sam would be proud.
hell yeah. I was definitely saying that I was Batman, so I do feel a little bit bad about that, cross branding and all that jazz, but,
I mean, according to them now, they're about to do a cross-branding thing, so
oh, yeah, they do that
you
every
see
so
that?
often. Yeah,
Yeah.
every so often do they do, like, a little comic, together thing. They're
Mhm.
releasing the compendium of the I think it's called Elseworlds or whatever the fuck it's called, but the world where they, like, fuse them together. If you've ever seen that,
Oh,
it's like
yeah, I've seen
Spider-Boy
those.
and then, like, Batman and
Batman,
Wolverine together.
Wolverine.
Yeah, they're really re-releasing it in, like, high def, and I'm like, "I kinda want this shit."
It's pretty dope.
That's that nerdy bullshit I do like, in fact.
That's that nerdy shit I like.
Now, speaking of nerdy shit we like, do we wanna talk about games and chill ourselves?
Yeah, wait, so the show started? We just
I don't
started the
know.
show?
Was that a
This
part of the
is the show.
show, or is this its
Fuck
own
it.
thing?
I thought this was the intro
Yeah,
before the intro combo before the music before the shilling, if you know what I mean. The cold
intro
open.
music.
Level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Save Before Quitting. I go by the name of Ant, and here on screen with me is Chris. Chris,
Chris.
I always forget what actual side you're on when we do this.
I will
So,
always be on your right, I believe. At least for the moment, until maybe the digital version of us gets a makeover as well. I don't know.
if this is wrong when you're editing it, I feel stupid.
No, it's pre-set up, and I have the whole layout pre-set up in a Streamlabs, so I don't have to do shit.
Oh, nice, nice. Do like this, and it's the wrong way, and you put our logo in the middle. It's like the
I'm
Batman. It's
just
like
gonna rotate you
I'm
entirely.
sorry.
Like you're just gonna do a barrel roll the entire time you're pointing at me, so it's never right except for
Right.
once.
There you go. Welcome. As always, you can find us at save the letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Titty, Titty Gang. Shout out to the Titty Gang. To be a member of the
Yeah.
Titty Gang, just follow us on any of those platforms. You are initiated. You are in the Titty Gang.
We're here.
Um, what?
What?
I thought you said something. Don't mind me. Save before quitting, all the way spelled out.com. There's new merch, dope merch. Chris is wearing the merch. Look at
It's
that. Look at that.
embroidered tie-dye. Someone also just made a purchase today of merch. Streamlabs didn't even fucking get the notification apparently, but we
Damn it.
apparently sold merch, I have been told. So thank you if you've bought it already, but
Awesome.
this is the
Thank
official announcement, baby.
It's that 2025
Bah,
shit.
bah, bah, bah. We got merch.
It's a lot
It's
of dope
new.
ass merch. Editor Chris put the new merch on the screen.
New merch
Thank you.
square. This is on our social media as well if you want to see a closer look at it. But you can just go to savebeforequitting where you can get that new merch. It is the Retro Station. Is that what it's called? Retro Station only?
That's what it's called.
No, it's the Retro Station Skater. That's what it is
Ah,
because it's kind of like skater, like an old skate logo, kind of
mhm.
and messy and grunge, but
But
it's
it
on a
looks dope.
tie dye. And you can also get it on a jean bucket hat.
Welcome back to the 90s.
Going back to the 90s in honor of my
Jean
jean
bucket hat.
curtains that will never be on camera, but always behind them. Because why change them now? It's just funny.
Listen, you had to put that spirit into the merch. They get it.
Yeah, you
They
know.
understand it.
But yeah, there's
Eh,
also a champion t-shirt, which is like a screen printed design, and it's just like printed on there, easy peasy. There's a holographic sticker. There's only 69 available total, so if you want to get one, they're going fast. And what else is
yes.
there? I think a beanie. That's the other thing that there is a beanie, and then there's also a new bitch made beanie because the last one went out of stock, so I had to make a new one, and it has a pom pom now. So there's
Hey,
that new bitch made merch and
styling.
new skater merch. So we got plenty of options for you guys in the Save Before Quitting store, and more to come soon, most likely when we do some
Shit.
drawing streams in the future, teasers, blah 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 blah
Ooh,
blah.
stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be
Yeah,
dope. Um, yeah, and that's all at savebeforequitting.com. Not to be confused with save letter B number 4 quitting.com. This is save before quitting, all the way spelled out.com for all your merch needs. If you'd like to email us, you can do so at savebeforequitting, all the way spelled out at gmail.com. Um, and you can email us with your compliments and your threats and your insults and whatever. We
yeah,
will
all
read it
those
on here.
things. Games you'd
We used
like
to
us
have
to
an email
play?
segment.
We've
Hmm?
done that before. We
Oh,
we
yeah, things you
we
want us
did
to
that.
play,
I
things you want us
tried
to
a
talk
game
about.
recently on stream, but we'll talk about in what we play this week via an email.
For sure. For sure.
And then there's one
Um,
final thing to chill. and it just got a new episode today. What is that, Ant?
Patreon. Join the Patreon. It's a good time. It's a
Yeah,
very, very good time. If you don't wanna hear well, we do talk games on there sometimes, but it's majority just, like, life shit and funny things that have happened to us or us doing funny things or talking about just anything.
or filing taxes, which is what this week's episode is about, and if you know, you know, it's not what you know.
Right. You followed that. If it's you know, you know, if it's and it's not what you know.
Yeah, you know?
If if you're a OG member, you know what filing taxes used to be code for.
Yeah. You're an OG
Still is code
NGP,
for.
and that's a person that's not in the Marvel Rivals Discord. Moving
Exactly.
those
Also, speaking of
bastards.
Discord, join our Discord. It's a
Yeah,
great
do that.
time in the Discord. We have fun in the Discord. We talk about current events in the Discord. We share up-to-date gaming news before the podcast comes out. Um, we
Secret
talk
streams.
yeah, there we have secret streams in the Discord. So if you're not, on Twitch with us, sometimes we stream through Discord. Um, Also we talk about new things we've picked up. We've talked about working out. We run the gamut on Discord. Join the Discord. Join us in our daily nonsense.
Hell yeah. Nerd fitness, baby.
Always nerd fitness.
I
But
noticed the other day that I can hold myself up on my chair by the arms of it now, just
yeah.
strictly with my arms, which is crazy. Like, get ready for this shit.
Yeah. This is the thumbnail.
Wee.
Whoo, man.
That's
Some
fun.
nerd
It's
fitness
fun
for that
being
ass.
able to hold up your body weight again. Like, it's crazy not being close to 300 pounds. I love it.
Oh man, every time we gotta shoot another one. That jarring ass video that we shot about thanking people for watching a video on YouTube. The
Which
end
one?
cap. The end cap that
Oh,
you put in.
yeah. That I still use.
Oh, I was watching the Stream Fest video earlier and that
Yeah,
came on.
man.
I was like, oh god, like, what
Yeah.
am I looking at?
There's a new video on YouTube. Go watch it. Last shilling before we get into the main podcast. Sorry, guys.
Oh man,
Go
that
watch
was
it.
every time. I never see it coming and it gets me every time.
Yeah.
Who are
I
those
I
guys?
kinda like that it's there, like, cause you get the then now forever WWE bullshit, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Uh, speaking of that Next Fest stream that we did, let's get
Mhm.
into it a little bit by asking you, Ann, what did you play this week slash month? We're not changing the jingle, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, never changing the jingle. What did I play? It's
You played
been
so much, dude. Look at the
like
demos you played.
well, that in itself. I'm thinking outside of that. Like, what did I play before that?
That's a good question.
I'm making a run through Doom again. I'm not sure if I mentioned that on the
Ooh.
last episode, just because that Doom Dark Ages is coming out.
Mhm.
So I'm just having fun running through that again. In my downtime, few and far between. Oh man, I got a story. So, and we'll talk about this a little more. Well, I'll talk about the announcement of it, but that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was announced. New Sonic Racing game. And they had a sign up to be part of the closed beta.
Mhm. Oh,
Try the
yeah.
game out, play online. And I signed up for it immediately just on the off chance they might pick me and blah 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 blah. They
Mhm.
picked me. Dope. I was like, cool, I can stream this. I'm the only one of like the people on our network that has it. So at least I can kind of get that info and bring it back here. I'm like, okay, this is what this game is like, blah, 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 blah. Super busy ass weekend when I got that. It was like
Mhm.
every day. I was Friday, Saturday. I didn't have time to really do it. Sunday evening, I'm like, okay, it going offline tonight at midnight or whenever. I forgot the time it was going off, but I'm thinking it's still running. Like, I'll go down here, I'll play it for a couple of hours, and I'll get, it's a demo anyway. So I doubt it's like super expansive. You know what I mean? So I go on there, loading it up, start the game, title screen. It's like hit X to continue. I hit X, and it just says server error or whatever, or there's been an
Yep.
error. So I'm just like, what? I'm thinking like, okay, and I keep doing it. Like, you know how sometimes games are just maybe the servers are packed and you're just trying to wait to get in or whatever,
Mhm.
hitting it over and over and over and over. And I was just like, what's wrong? So I go on Twitter, like, all right, let me see what like some up-to-date info on this thing. And I see like everybody that's been playing it all weekend, like, oh man, it's such a great weekend. I put in like 10 hours in this. It was fun. I'm so sad that it's over now. The closed beta is over. And I was just like, and not only was it over, it was over like it was like within a half hour. It was sometime a short, like I just missed it.
Yeah. I remember you sent me a screenshot of it, and I was like, "That is insane." You just got the time, but
So
next
I didn't get to
time.
play it.
It's
Didn't get
fun.
to play it. Nice title screen though. So I didn't play that. I played, I guess, get to the Steam stuff now.
Hell
Let me
yeah.
look at these.
I'm interested in the games that I saw that you played today and what your opinions are,
Oh yeah.
because I saw you
Um,
hopping in.
I was trying to find the games that we played oh, there it is. All right. The video that Chris put up on YouTube today showed us, showcasing some of these Steam Fest games. Steam Fest went on last week. By the time you're hearing this, it's last week. Um,
Yeah, I
so
miss it.
we attempted to play a couple of games that we were not successful in, but the games we did play was Ultra Mega Cats. So
Yeah,
that
and then
was
my
that was an okay time to your computer didn't like that game.
yeah, my computer crashed. It's in the video. It's
You'll
captured
see it.
beautifully, which is great. I'm
Yeah.
really glad that I didn't have the application capture going. I had my screen capture going, so it actually got
Yeah.
to capture that shit.
Yeah, the
But,
error message.
goddamn. What
Um,
else did you play?
After Blast was really
Dude,
fun. After Blast is some shit like, okay, I would play this again. It reminds me of, what's the shit that they had PS5 exclusive early
Returnal.
on? Yeah, it reminds me of Returnal.
First person Returnal. Kinda had Metal Hellsingery as well.
Yeah, it definitely has that going for it.
Very good, though, like, very good. That
Very good.
boss fight, I need to go like, I can't wait until we get to the part 2, because there's a moment in that stream where it's just me playing that game because we found out that we can't do multiplayer in the beta for this for some reason.
Yeah.
It did make it seem like you unlocked it at a certain point in the demo, as opposed to it doesn't exist, so that kinda sucked. But, dude, I was popping off with that sniper. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
hitting every shot. Like, there was, like, little enemies all around the field as I was fighting the boss, and I'm avoiding the boss's, like, damage, and then, like, every other, like, of my fucking rifle, it's a headshot, headshot, headshot. I'm like,
Ugh.
"Oh, I am feeling it, Mr.
It
Krabs."
it's also very satisfying to
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Like, the shooting is very satisfying.
Shooting's satisfying, the music's great, the
Yeah.
visuals are beautiful, and it's kinda like pixel art at the same time, like, I don't know
Yeah, there was
what bit
moment
you would describe it as.
it's definitely like retro shooter meets modern, like, mechanics.
Yeah, and it
It's
has, like,
really,
the
really, really fun.
upgrades too, right? Or was that a
Mhm.
different game? There's so many of the games had that upgrade feature where
No,
it's, like, perk cards and shit.
yeah, it's definitely run based. Like, every run's
Yeah,
not gonna be the same, see how far you can get, that type. Um, uh, what else would Gentleman's Dispute. Chris introduced me to this game, and, that's a
that's a
good
great
time.
game. I kinda wanna
That
play it
game is just
tonight.
nonsense.
Dude, it's so good. It's party animals, but I
First
mean,
person.
well, it's third person over the shoulder, right? Or
Oh,
no,
yeah,
is it
yeah,
first
yeah.
person?
Now I
Yeah,
can't remember. I remember
I
seeing
think it's
characters,
third
but I
person
think
over
I'm
the
just
shoulder, yeah.
seeing your character.
Yeah, it's third person over the shoulder, so you can, like, move your camera around and shit, with your mouse, but with, party animals, there was a locked camera. Remember? It was, like, a locked camera, and you couldn't
Oh,
rotate it
yeah.
or some shit, and it was not good, party animals. But this one's phenomenal, and there's perk upgrade cards, that was great. What
That's a good
else?
time. Um, what else? Today
Shit.
I played, you recommended Astropods
Oh, yeah.
Starside Gaze. played Astropods. It is definitely like it's Kirby, essentially. It
Mhm.
reminds me of Kirby a lot. Um, I like it. I think I gotta play it a little more. There's little things in it that I would like. I can kinda give or take, like,
Mhm.
mechanically, not, like, overall. But, it was fun. If you've played Kirby's Adventure, it's kinda laid out like it too, where, you're on a 2D plane and the stages are just doors you can walk in, and more doors get exposed the more levels you beat. You go into the doors and it's another 2D, um, stage to beat. It's very, very fun in that vein. I love the fact that, like, you have that giant hammer and your little buddy has, like, the quick cut, like a
Mhm.
was it a knife or a spear or something?
I think it's a
Um,
kunai. This is the Naruto term or whatever.
gotcha.
Kunai.
So that was a good time. That was a good time. Advent Neon, another game. That shit is, like, addictive to just play.
Yeah.
I
I
went
played
into,
it for
like, the
2 hours.
training I went to, like, the training room and just was beating up the sandbag, just practicing combos and
Mhm.
stuff.
Dude.
Um, if you had to put, like, a label on it, it's like Sonic meets I wouldn't even well, yeah, you know what? I would say Mega Man because there's little parts you get to where it's closed off and you're just fighting a boss
Mhm.
one on one. And you beat them to open up like the other rooms you can get to, and there's things hidden throughout the stages. Yeah, so if you took Sonic and Mega Man and like just fused them together, you'd have Advent Neon.
It's beautiful too. Like, the music's great.
The music
Like,
is good, the visuals are good. It feels good to play. It's very snappy, very quick. It's really fun.
I feel like
Oh,
that's one where I'm like, it's not my type of game, but when I was playing it, I was like, "Okay, this is the best version of this, so I definitely wanna keep playing it." I played that shit
mhm.
for, like, 2 plus hours one night. I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is it." And then it
It's very,
crashed.
very fun. I wanted to get to, another game, Haste, and I still haven't gotten to that. I wanna
I've been
play that
playing
really
that
badly.
today.
I saw because while I was playing Advent Neon, it came up and said you were playing Haste. I was like, "I gotta get to that."
It's a very good chill game. Make sure you try it before the end of the night since I think Next Fest ends tomorrow, so they might take
Yeah,
all the demos offline, which is depressing because I wanna play Gentleman's Dispute forever, even though
yeah.
it's probably coming out in, like, a month or something, knowing how popular it is.
Yeah, I
Uh,
gotta check these release dates.
yeah, man. Such good games this year on Next Fest. There was, like, so many that I was like, "Oh, I gotta try this, I gotta try this." And it was a good time. It was a good week of gaming, I think.
Mm. I downloaded, um, Donkey's new game, the big mode game, Star of Providence. I bought that over the weekend. It's
Mhm.
like a kinda 2D, bullet hell shooter
Okay.
slash RPG, like, it's a dope mashup of genres kinda.
Mhm.
Um, I have not gotten a chance to play it yet, but I will report back
Hell yeah.
on the next one.
Noise.
What have you played, Chris?
I've been playing too many games, man. I feel like I'm in that mode of well, I've lost the gym now because it's too cold, and I'm like, I can just work out at home, and I got a barbell in the living room, so, like, throughout the workday, I'll just be like, "Oh," I'll just bust out, like, I don't know, 20 squats, slow as shit with just a barbell
Mhm.
on my back, and
Yeah,
that's been the workouts, and it's been working, to say the least. You saw what I did with the chair.
I did.
But I've been doing that and gaming. That's it. That's the only 2 things I've been doing. I've been playing
Yeah,
another run of Cyberpunk 2077.
real
Uh
quick, I've been doing kinda the same. Like, I haven't been to the gym as often. Like, I've been going, but
mhm,
I think I told you about it. I've been doing this 100 push-up a day challenge thing I've
the
been trying
One
to do.
Punch Man.
That's what it's called?
No, I think the One Punch Man's like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and then a 5-kilometer run.
I ain't doing all of that shit,
Yeah, but
but
it's like that every day. That's like the One Punch Man.
that'll get
That's
you
how he
nice
got
and
his
in shape.
superpower.
I do 100 push-ups, and I started doing that maybe 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I've been staying consistent. to the point where right now my back is like tight and it hurts, like my back slash upper chest shoulder area.
Right
And
here.
yeah, and it's definitely working. Like I can kind of see the difference and I feel the difference
Mhm.
and I'm beating my time. So it took me, I tried to do it within an hour. And I think the first time I did it, like I did 100 and by the time I was like at it was 4 o'clock and I did 100 by 4 like 45 or something like that.
Shit.
And my best time now, I'm down to I got 124 minutes. Needless to say, I'm only bringing this up to say that, like, it's working. I get why this is a challenge, and it does work. Over time,
Oh, yeah.
like, because at first I was like, "Alright, I could knock out" I did, like, 15, and I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm.
alright." And I've doubled that since, so now, like, my first time going down, it's, like, 35, and I told
Damn.
myself, "If I can get 50 in 15 minutes, then I'm in good shape. I can kinda get it under a half hour." So now
I
my
might
next
have to
challenge
do
is to try to
this.
do it my next challenge is to try to do it under 20 minutes.
Hmm. I might join you in this challenge while also doing as many squats as possible. I'm trying to get an ass, you know what I'm saying? I need a dump truck. I'm having problems. Here's the thing. I've lost weight, right? But the
Mhm,
problem is that I don't like leg day. I don't like it. Nobody likes it, right? But you gotta do it. So I didn't do it a lot. So I got Hank Hill ass, you know? I got Hank Hill
mhm.
ass, and I'm trying to remedy it. And let's just say it's working. Let's
Nice.
just say it's working.
Got
Dump
that
is in
ready
progress.
ready for the summer.
Yes.
Put
Dump
on
progress.
some Daisy Dukes on, walk down the
No,
street.
thank you. No. So back to video games.
Go ahead.
Uh, I've also played a shit ton of Rocket League. Obviously, that's a usual suspect. I'm just gonna talk about the next Fest games because you know the usual shit that I play is whatever. It's
Mhm.
the usual suspects. I'm gonna start with Wheel World. It's a biking game where you pick up a bicycle and the bicycle is actually the Grim Reaper, and in this world, for some reason, that's how spirits are brought to the next world is through bicycle Grim Reaper guy. But
Wow.
you're just riding your bike with them and you upgrade the bike parts and you do races, but it's also kind of cozy and like really cool looking. It's great.
Mhm.
It's a good time. I left a review for it. My review is I got to the bridge and said out loud, "Man, I really hope they let me go across this bridge." And then the camera pulled back down, allowing me to ride the bike. And I was like, "Oh hell yeah, there's more to the demo." And then as I wrote on it ended the demo. So they really pulled the rug out from under me, but it was great. It was a good
Mhm.
time. I liked it.
Left you wanting
Wander
more.
Stop. Wander Stop was a great time. This is the weird sitting on a bench with the tea making guy,
Mhm.
farm simulator, but there's also like a weird crazy story going on in the background. It was fun for what it was. The demo was a lot slower than I liked. So there was that. Ultra Mega Cats. It crashed.
Ultra Mega Cats reminded me of, like, Overwatch or no, I wanna say Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals, but just the layout of like that maybe not necessarily like the moment to moment gaming, but
Like the
just like the
hero
way it
abilities
looked.
and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. I agree. It has promise. It's just it didn't work well for on stream. Tentacle Tango was one we tried to play. I played it for a millisecond. It's in the video if you watch it. Uh
That's when we had to do couch co-op to play
yeah, I
together.
feel like we could have a good time with that one if it
Mhm.
stays available as a couch co-op game. If not, and it eventually it's released as online, we should definitely do it too. Road Toads. It's Frogger, but multiplayer, and it's a race, and you can push
That
people
looks fun.
apparently. Unfortunately, couch co-op.
Mhm.
A game I've been playing that is not from Next Fest, we're gonna take a quick detour from, is called Repo. It's a game that has gone slightly viral as of late. It's a horror game,
Mhm.
similar to a Lethal Company, where there's like an objective and there's a bunch of monsters and shit, and you're helping your friends with a proximity chat and shit. But in this one, it's kind of like imagine the Saw movies where you're put in with your friends into this location, and the objective is you need to go into wherever you're at and steal a bunch of stuff that like it equals money and make sure that
Mhm.
you don't break it. and once you give that money back to the tax man, he'll let you go to the next place and let you survive.
That's
So
cool.
that's the whole thing, but there's a bunch of crazy monsters and shit. You're a
What's
little,
it
like,
called?
repo, R-E-P-O. Watch the trailer, it's weird, it's crazy, I have plenty of clips from when we've played, it's wild and wacky as well. Depending on what time we end stream tonight, I might go back and play some more with friends if they haven't gone to sleep yet, so we'll see, but,
Mhm.
it's been a great fucking time,
This looks insane.
it looks so good, like, honestly, you should get it as well, and we should play sometime on stream, I think. Another game I played, Primal Fray. I don't know if I recommend it, if I'm being honest. I played it for a total
Mhm.
of 69 minutes, nice.
Nice.
I'm just noticing. It's like a turn-based tactics game with that's kind of Pokemon-esque, but they're not Pokemon like looking. They look like more like the like horror versions of a Digimon, but with
Mhm.
bright colors, I guess. Like imagine like the most Lovecraftian bullshit you've ever seen with a sprinkle of D&D Fey Realm on it, and that's what this is. But it's a turn-based tactics game that's
Mhm.
not really that great. I like the look of it, but it's eh. Other than that, Oblin Party we played on stream. That's a big part of the highlights video. Um,
That was a good time.
it's a great time. It's pretty much rounds, but with arms, so good time
Mhm.
there. Haste, I played. It's a good time. You're pretty much just running the whole time and trying to pick up as much momentum as possible by perfecting your landing. You play as a girl who I believe, like, is delivering mail or something, but you have
That's a
to
dope
run
concept.
to the end of a level, and then once you get to the end of it, it'll give you, like, a branching path similar to Slay the Spire, so you can choose if you wanna do, like, do you wanna go to the shop? Do you wanna go heal yourself? Do you wanna fight a mini boss? Do you wanna just do a
Mhm.
normal regular floor? And you make your way to the very, very end until you get to the boss fight and take down the boss, blah, blah, blah. In the trailer, there's a
Okay.
grappling hook. In the demo, there's not. That's a crime.
Aw, boo.
Yeah, I felt really cheated when I beat the boss for the first time, and then it didn't be like, "Now you have the grappling hook," immediately, so now I'm kinda
Mhm.
sad. Unless it's an item that I just haven't found yet, that also could be the case. Um But yeah, it's really fun, and the art style's cool, the way they do the communication with the characters is, like, Hades-esque, where it's, like, really beautiful character art with text box, really beautiful character art, and they
Mhm.
go back and forth, so that's pretty good. Gruul is another demo I played. It's, also similar Slay the Spire-esque, where you're choosing which level floor you're going on, and it's kind of a bullet hell type thing, Returnal-esque.
Ooh. How do you spell it?
Gruel, Gruel. It's a good time, first
Mm.
person, and it's kind of pixel, if I remember correctly. Good music, good time.
Oh, it's like
Run
the art from, Alien Hominid, like the drawn kinda
yeah,
art.
mhm.
Yeah.
But it's also like a flat 2D look as
Yeah,
well at the
it's
same
2D.
time, and there's a shop, you can kick things. It's good, like, it's
It
genuinely
looks fun.
good. And it makes whenever you lose, you wanna run back in as well. I think I recommended this to John when I first played it because I was like, "This is just straight up your alley." Like, it's just a nice addicting keep going game.
It looks
Um
like a Newgrounds game.
Oh, yeah, that too. Like a very optimized Newgrounds game.
Yeah.
I also played Everhood 2 because it looked like it's Guitar Hero, but it's not, and it's hard to explain what it is. It's pretty much So it looks like an old Game Boy like color RPG game, but then when you go into
Mhm.
combat, you get the 5 spaces of like a Guitar Hero, and your character has to jump in between and dodge all of the notes coming at you
Ah,
while also
I like that
attacking the
concept.
enemy at the other side. And it's good, but like my Guitar Hero brain doesn't really it's funny because it's like you're avoiding the notes and instead of trying to hit them,
You're
which
used to trying to hit the
yeah,
notes.
like, it's funny to do the opposite, to say the least,
I'm looking at it now. I see what you mean.
but
Oh, yeah,
it was
we looked at this when we were on here looking at games.
yeah, it was a good time, I didn't have a bad time, But, Dunk Dunk we tried to play, that we didn't even get past the menu because it was couch co-op. I
Yeah.
played Descenders Next, which is a snowboarding and mountain boarding simulator game.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
It's interesting because it seems like it wants you to wipe out, like, that's, like, the point of the game, because when you do, even if it's, like, nothing spectacular, like, even if you just, like, faceplant, like, immediately,
Mhm.
there's, like, a clip button, like, to clip your fall. And, like, I understand why that's there, but, like, I feel like it's a weird feature to add because it's wanting you to be precise. Because your left analog stick controls your feet and your right
Mhm.
analog stick controls your hips. So you have to use both your feet and your hips to do it at the same time.
That's
It's
interesting.
it's really weird. It kinda feels like a QWOP type situation where, like, you're trying to get a feel for, like, how to operate a snowboard with a controller. I
Mhm.
kept falling, and anytime I tried to grind, I died immediately. So I got frustrated and stopped after 14 minutes. I think it requires actual skills, so there goes that for me.
There goes that.
Yeah, there goes that. Astropods I played, I loved it. I love the fucking hammer. I didn't really use the
Mhm.
dude with the fast thing at all, like, the entire time, except for the few levels where it forced you to for, like, his ability.
I love the down attack with the hammer and you, like, spin the hammer. That's a
Yeah,
dope
it looks
juggle the
good.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the last few After Blast, loved it. It's gonna be coming out, another clipped episode eventually for that, Next Fest stream. Loved it. Advent Neon as well, loved it. Think that's it? I could be wrong. I think that's all the games I played. I've also played Marvel Rivals.
Of course.
It's good, but I took a break from it this week because it's been pissing me off a lot.
How so?
The people that play it.
Ah, that'll do it.
I'm gonna this is coming from a healer main, a support main, who 90% of the time is exclusively healing and watching my tanks throw the game or my damage do
Mhm.
nothing, and then I get blamed. And then when I switch to tank, I get blamed as well. And the stats are showing that I'm the SVP every time. I'm not trying to say like I'm the best because I'm not. I know I have shit games. I've played shit games before, but I'm just saying I'm getting blamed a lot as if it's my fault when it's clearly not.
When it's
So I just
not.
said, I'm good. I'm done for the week. It's funny. My cousin texted me today because he was in the TikTok chat for the next fact stream. He's like, "Oh, this is what you're doing instead of playing Marvel Rivals."
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
he
yeah,
texted me today, "Yo, hop on Rivals." I'm like, "No."
yeah.
I
I
I
refuse.
I just said it straight up. Was like, "I'm done getting yelled at in the chat as if it's my fault when it's not. I'm taking a break. I'm still plat. I'm plat 1. I'm very close to diamond. Very close. Very close. The closest I've ever been.
The
Uh,
closest anyone's ever
the
been.
closest that anyone's ever been to diamond ever. Uh, I am there. I am him." But yeah, I'm not playing that shit until I get like an actual desire to. Like I kind of for a second was like maybe I'll play, and then when I got the text, "Hey, do you want to play?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I think I'm good."
You should have answered, "And for that, no." He went,
And for
"What?"
that reason, I'm out. But yeah, man. Oh, also Headliners. That's another game that we've been playing that's really fucking fun. It's another similar horror type game, like content warning, where you and your friends go into a city that has a bunch of monsters taken over, but you're the press and you're taking pictures, and you have to
So,
get as much points with your pictures.
is it the headliners or
The
headliners?
Headliners, yeah.
I see there's 2 of them.
Yeah. It's a great time. It leads to a lot of goofy, wacky
The
things
fuck?
happening.
Yeah.
Godzilla can show up randomly, giant Slender Man. There's a bunch of different monsters that
As soon as
spawn
you
like
said that, they showed Giant Slender Man in
yeah.
this trailer.
The crazy part about them is that there's, like, a real physics engine in it, so, like, they'll hit the cars and they'll come flying at you, and you will die to a flying car randomly. So, it's
You know what I'm
pretty
saying? People
good.
fall off roofs and shit. Yeah.
That's another thing. There'll be, like, scaffolding and stuff, like, on the side of a building, like the catwalk. you'll
Mhm.
be able to go up it completely fine, but then, like, later on in the game, the longer the time goes on, the more likely it is that shit is to go wrong. So you go back to
Mhm.
go use it again, it could just fall completely off the building, and it'll just, like, kill you in the fall. It's
That's funny.
insane, it's so good, it's a fun time. They just added a bunch of more maps and aliens as well too, so if y'all are ever interested in playing, it's a good time.
Yeah, man, sounds good. 7.99 on Steam for those
Yeah.
interested.
There's a lot of good games like this coming out that are like friends get together and do goofy, stupid shit, you know? And I think that's the fun that I'm looking for
Oh,
from
for sure.
games this year, more so than the solo experiences that I'm used to, I guess.
I like this little lull we're in right now because everything
Yeah.
becomes like immediately discoverable, like things that you don't even know about that
Yeah.
exist.
I think the only game right now that I'm, like, looking forward to that's, like, a mainstream title is maybe the WWE game, the new one, but, like, even that, it's just, like that's just a guilty pleasure game that I have, and if it wasn't for the fact that I'm so engrossed in wrestling, I love you, John Cena, um, I feel like there's no games I'm really like, I need to play this game," like, at all.
Right.
I'm just like, "Oh, shit, a game I can have fun, good times with my friends with? Awesome. Yeah, I'll do that."
There's
I'll
plenty
s
of games I need to go and turn on and finish, but
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
too.
not.
Oh, I also started up Gotham Knights again. I don't know why I did that. I just had a
You
hankering
said
for
you were
some
going to. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it, and it's been fun. I've been drop kicking motherfuckers for stealing purses. It's great.
As you do in Gotham.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been
Speaking
playing.
speaking of Gotham, I think we need to get into the news because there's some news about DC related things. Let's get to the news. Let's get to the news.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Mario's ass.
Mario's ass.
Terminator 2.
First up,
Judgment Day.
a new 2D game based on Terminator 2 Judgment Day is coming in September. If you look at this game, because I watched the trailer,
Mhm.
it looks like obviously it's like a callback to like the 16-bit era, but it's very Contra. And not just like just inspired by Contra, like there's levels or segment pieces from Contra that's just lifted and put
Oh,
in this game.
really?
Like there's a specific part in Contra 3 where there's two platforms, almost
Mhm.
like akin to like a Smash Brothers level. Like there's two platforms here. And then a plane comes, shoots a missiles, and it lights the ground on fire. So now you'll damage if you go below the platforms,
Mhm.
and you have to do the rest of the level with that handicap, with that fire being there, and you're just staying above ground and shooting aliens as you do in Contra. In the
Gotcha.
trailer for this game, there's a part with two platforms. A plane comes, lights the ground on fire, the same thing, and he's
So do
running
you
around like
think they
gunning
just,
and
like,
gunning.
straight up, like, repainted over top of it, or
No, no,
do
no,
you think
no.
it's an homage?
I
What do
think
you
it's an
think?
homage. I think it's an
Okay.
homage because it's not like one for. It kind of is. What they did in the scene is one for one, but the setting is not the exact same setting. It's just the same
Okay.
thing
So then
happened.
it's like the Akira bike slide,
Yes,
technically,
yes, yes.
but maybe not. We'll see.
But it looks fun for in that aspect. Like as somebody who grew up playing like the OG Contra games, like I would pick this up. It looks like a game you could probably beat in a day or two, like some
Oh,
quick,
hell yeah.
fast, stupid fun.
To
Something that
save
is
the
very
future.
streamable. Huh?
To save the future.
You already know. You already
Hell
know.
yeah.
But yeah, that's that. So next up.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Pokemon Presents 2025. We got some news from this, plenty of it. First off from it, more episodes of the Netflix show Pokemon Concierge are coming later this year. I think they also
Mhm.
put a few of the episodes on YouTube for free if you haven't seen them and don't
Yes.
have Netflix. So that's like a big deal. I haven't seen it. but I've seen clips on, like, TikTok and social media and shit, so, like, I know it's a good thing that I should watch eventually, probably.
Mhm.
They
Very
also
calming
announced
show.
yeah, it looks like it's got chill vibes.
Yeah.
They also announced Pokémon Champions, which is a battle-focused game, which will be released on both Switch and mobile devices. I believe that this is a way to battle with your Pokemon that you have in your Pokemon Home app, which is where you can store all of your Pokemon from pretty much any Pokemon games if you have the correct technology to get it to where it needs to go, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a more competitive thing where it seems like it'll matter where you get your Pokemon now and like actually training them to be the best they can be. No pun
Mhm.
intended. And then we got some more looks at Pokemon Legends Z to A or Z to A. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Some
ZA.
new
They kept saying ZA in the
ZA. Yeah.
yeah.
I have an opinion.
Alright, here we go.
I
Opinion time.
think that Game Freak is not a good game company publisher
Elaborate.
because I think they've been making the same games since the early 90s, if not before, with slightly better graphics, but never any better as a game. It's the same shit every year, and this looks awful. I think this game looks genuinely shit.
This is you are the first person I've seen with this take.
I think it
Um,
looks like garbage. The fact that you're in a fucking random city that looks like it's 240p, and the only way that you catch
grandparents.
Pokemon that doesn't make sense is that there's random streets that have wild Pokemon on them. What?
Mhm.
And random rooftops that have random wild Pokemon? Why? And then you could just battle in the streets of fucking Paris? You're doing animal fighting and then animal breeding in the streets of the city. First, it's just stupid. It's dumb. And then the fucking starters, what the fuck was that? What happened to Cyndaquil? What did he do wrong? Why did he get canceled?
Couldn't tell you.
What salute did Cyndaquil do, God damn it? Like, what the fuck? He got replaced. Not like, they didn't even take
That did stand out. I was like, "Why? Where's the 3rd one from that generation? Like,
like
why would he not be there?"
in my mind, I'm like, you do Totodile, you do Trico, and then you do Tepig. That's the three that you do. Because then you have one from like each era, or like you can even do a Bulbasaur instead. Something like
Yeah.
you chose two from the same set of starters and then said fuck you to the one that people like the most of those three.
I I was looking at it and that stood out to me, and as somebody who isn't, like, avid Pokemon guy that much anymore, like, I don't dislike Pokemon, but I haven't, like, kept up with Pokemon. I've kind
Yeah.
of I don't wanna say grown out of it. It's just more so, like, it hasn't been my interest like it used to be in the past.
Mhm.
Um, but I still keep up with the news and stuff. I'm still interested to see where Pokemon is going. So to hear that from you says it means a lot. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
I just don't feel like they've done any like Arceus, I think, was the one where it was like, "Oh, we're heading in a direction where it seems like it's like progress," you know?
Mhm.
This feels like either a lateral step or a step back. It doesn't feel like we're moving forward with this game at all. Like you gave them a fucking Fortnite glider to dive from the roofs. Like that you think that's where we need to go with this?
So, okay. So what do you say to anybody arguing that that's the point? Like that Pokemon is always supposed to be a gateway kids
That's
RPG
fine.
that starts at like it's supposed to be simple.
Here's the thing, that can be true, and then my opinion can also make sense. I feel like it's obviously a game for kids. Pokemon is always going to be a game that is meant to ingratiate the next generation into a world of both gambling with Pokemon cards and collecting with the Pokemon that they are going to collect. That's what the job of this is. It's to sell shit to
Mhm.
kids. It will always be that.
See,
I
I
just
always looked at
don't
Pokemon as like a gateway into like maybe a kid isn't well for the Pokemon game anyway.
yeah.
It always struck me as something that's like, okay, you're not old enough to really appreciate or understand Final Fantasy, but here's a
Yeah.
gateway into RPG
Yeah,
games that
it's
you can
baby's first
understand.
RPG, for sure.
Yeah.
But it can also be a fucking cash cow, because that's what it
Oh, yeah, for
is.
sure, it is a
That's
cash cow.
so that it's one of those things where it's like, I don't understand why they choose, because here's the thing, they're choosing to continue down this mediocre route when they have the option to do something phenomenal in
Mhm.
Pokemon. Like Arceus, I genuinely think that they were heading in a great direction, and that with the Switch 2 and the fucking power that is supposedly behind it, we would have some crazy shit for the next Legends game at least. And then the mainline games, like whatever fucking terrestrialize bullshit gem shit you want to do, that
Yeah.
can be the same. Like you can use the same formula, but like the Legends felt like it was gonna be something crazy. Like this looks like it's just a normal Pokemon game that's just in 3D.
What
The
if
new
it's the other
battle
way
feature
around?
is neat, I guess, but I also don't like it. Like I think it's cool that there's a new battle feature, but I think it's
Mm.
really dumb that you have to run away
Run
from a
around the
move
thing.
like to dodge. Like just give me control of the damn Pokemon and have my trainer stand off to the side. It's fine. He'll be okay over there, you know?
I, as the Pokemon, will not let him get hurt.
I'm not let's say, like, make it a Dark Souls game by any means, but Jesus Christ, like, let me control the Pokemon for, like, a second to dodge at least. I don't know. Either that or
I
maybe,
hear
like,
you.
a quick time event to dodge, something like it doesn't feel like it's a step forward. It feels like a lateral movement, and it's weird. Like, I don't even feel like there was many, like, was there, like, a forest that you could go to, or was it all this city?
They all looked like they were out in the open.
Hmm.
Now, I could have, seen that incorrectly maybe after I only watched it once during the whole
Yeah.
thing. But, I don't know, what if it's the other way around? What if they're just making these side games and using whatever assets, and the next mainline Pokemon game is all super robust and graphically enhanced and everything?
I'd love that, but I know it won't be, sadly. That's the problem is because here's the thing, I feel like Game Freak can just get away with it, because it's never bad. It's not bad ever. It's the same
Mhm.
game. That this is gonna be the same exact game that you played on your Game Boy Color with a giant rectangle cartridge. It's just gonna have different Pokemon in it, different character names, but it's all gonna be the same. You're gonna level up your motherfuckers until they're big boys, and then you're gonna take on some big fucking bad guy
But
and then win the game. It's the
wouldn't that be
same
the
shit.
your OG Pokemon though? Because this
Yeah.
seems like something else.
It doesn't though. It looks like a regular Pokemon to me.
This doesn't look like Arceus or anything? I didn't play
It
Arceus.
looks like shitty Arceus with the stupid battle feature and the fact that we're in a fucking city. It looks so
Asties.
dumb. Like, here's the thing. If it's good, great. This didn't sell me on it. They showed us nothing new besides the battle feature. There's no new Pokemon to be excited about. Like, where were any new releases of a Pokemon? None.
No, because this isn't Pokemon mainline. I feel
But
like
they
that's
always
where all
do
the
the
new Pokemon.
redesigns and shit of like region variants and whatnot. Where's the Paris region variant of Pokemon? Why isn't there
Um,
Croissant Pikachu
maybe there is. Maybe we just
and
haven't
Wee
seen it
Wee
yet.
Mr. Mime? Like,
They're
you
holding
know,
off. Wee
like
wee, Mr. Mime.
like fucking hey, man. I just it's not
They
impressive
gotta hold something
anymore.
close to the chest so there's a big
Yeah.
reveal later.
I'll just put it this way. I was impressed with Arceus. I wasn't impressed with this. I wish that I was. I'm
Got it.
sad. I'm sad with where Pokemon is. I'm excited about the Digimon game coming to
Can
PlayStation.
can they redeem themselves with
I don't
this? Like, if
know.
they show you something next time around.
I'm just tired of Pokemon games looking like shit when the Switch can do better. You know what I
I will
mean?
give you that.
Like, and it's not a stylistic choice as of this point. Like, I shouldn't be able to see the fucking pixels on like the image quality, because it's not pixels like, oh, it's pixelated because it's like, pixels and style. It's the quality is so awful that the rendering cannot make it unless it's blurred and like pixels and shit. Like it's guessing of what the image is supposed to be.
Right.
like, in the you look at things like fucking Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and they look fucking phenomenal, crystal clear. They have a style, but they look beautiful.
Right.
This looks like someone hopped into Unreal Engine, downloaded a bunch of free 3D models, and said, "Hey, look, Pokemon."
Different team.
Yeah,
Game Freak isn't Nintendo. The
I
people who,
know.
like,
I just don't
straight up
understand
make
why Game Freak can't make a good looking game, man.
well, we can't say they can't make a good game. It's just that they've
Good
been making
looking,
the same game. Alright, good looking, that's a
good
different okay.
looking. That's the only. That's my main problem is that it still looks like this. Like, how does it look this? I don't know. It looks like it was made in 2012 CGI. Like this
For all
looks
that
like
then
fucking where Shrek showed up. This is what's the place called? Duloc? This is
yeah.
Duloc.
So, that must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
Uh-huh, that's the place.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
This is Shrek's
For
Duloc.
Shrek is a Pokemon in this game. They need to just, like, to your case, then they need to just lean into, like, retro at this point and just make super high quality sprites, like modern day looking
I
sprite
would
art.
love that. That's another thing that pisses me off. Why
Mm.
the fuck are the Pokemon not animated doing their moves anymore? It's just like a little hop of the entire character model and then like
And
a
then like a
fucking fire
whoosh
effect.
and yeah,
That's stupid to me. That is so stupid that you can't animate an attack.
it is 2025.
Like,
They should be able to do that now.
that's insane. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're good. This is where you get that off. This is where we need to hear it.
Now we're gonna get sad about another news story right after this. And what else got fucking canceled?
Moving on. Warner Brothers has confirmed that it's shutting down Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and WB San Diego. Three internal development studios within um, Warner Brothers, and they're canceling the Wonder Woman game. Um, one of the well, a representative said Warner's canceled Wonder Woman game was gorgeous and expansive. And that comes from a veteran comic book writer, Gail Simone, who worked on the title as a long-term consultant. I was interested to see what that was going to look like.
I was really excited for this. I remember I don't remember what event it was, but I remember when we watched this live and I was like, "Oh
Mm.
shit. This is going to be cool."
Yeah.
And now it just doesn't exist. It's infuriating that it's always DC projects that get fucking shit on. Like there was supposed to be a Superman game. Fucking
Oh
cut it.
yeah. I
Like
didn't put that in here, but yeah, Rocksteady said about a Superman game that they were never
they were
approached
never
about one,
interested
and
in
they
the
weren't
character
interested
too.
in making it because the character is boring or something
Like
like that.
like like what the fuck are we talking about? Like DC Comics objectively are better than Marvel Comics.
Mm, someone's gonna fight you on
Objectively.
that.
I
I think more
understand.
people will fight you on that than the
That's
Pokemon
fine.
thing.
The writing in DC is better than the writing in Marvel. The movies we could talk about all day. That's a completely different story, obviously. But the fucking comics from DC are so much better written that I've read than any of the Marvel shit. I'm currently reading the current Amazing Spider-Man run and it's dog shit. Not Amazing Spider. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. It's dog shit.
Really?
It's
I don't have a
awful.
dog in this fight, so I'm just in getting
I'm
the insight from you.
but I'm reading it and I'm giving it its chance and I
Mhm.
still buy it. I support my local comic shop. It's fine. And it's not fun. I'm not having a fun time. Apparently it picks up back later when Doctor Strange gets involved, who's apparently Doctor Doom, but that's a separate thing. But DC, every single comic that I've picked up from DC in the past year and a half has been fucking amazing written, fucking beautiful art and great times. This was this was the moment to get back to DC and they fucking destroyed it again. Just like Zack Snyder did with his dumb ass.
Well, as I put at the bottom of this, RIP. But then
Sorry.
there was more DC news on the next slide that says,
Oh, shit.
or is it? DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran have held talks with Warner Studios like Rocksteady and NetherRealm about new DC video games. So they're trying to bring things, above the horizon. They didn't give any specifics. I don't know what those talks were about, but Rocksteady and NetherRealm. Well, we know Rocksteady's not making Superman, so we can get it out,
Yeah.
get that out of Rocksteady's hands. Um, but who knows?
I don't
Obviously,
even
there's
know
already been rumors of new Batman, so I feel like Rocksteady is definitely going to be working on new Batman.
I don't even know what character I would really love. What character would be a good DC character game? Let's get out of the Bat family. Green Lantern. Give me a Green Lantern game. And you could do this one of two ways. You could do it as you're following a specific Green Lantern, like John Stewart or fucking Kyle Rayner or whoever the fuck you want to follow. Or
Hmm.
you make this a solo game where you make your own character who gets the ring. And you are a part of the Green Lantern Corps. And you get to interact with all the Green Lanterns and shit. And you get assigned a sector that you have to go and protect, and that's the whole story.
That'd be interesting.
I'd be down for that.
What if Rocksteady picks up the Wonder Woman game?
Like from where WB left off or completely new?
From where? Because who did they say was working on that? Studios.
I would love that to happen, but
I
I
forget which
doubt
studio.
it.
Yeah, I think Rocksteady's going to be doing Batman. I just don't know what that Batman will entail. I don't know. The Wonder Woman got a shitty deal on that.
Yeah. They should make a Batman Beyond game.
I've been saying it. It's rumored, but I don't know if those rumors didn't have any sources that I saw, official
I,
sources anyway.
I just don't understand why like studios, I guess, see like the fans saying, "Hey, this is what we want." And like I understand you don't want to do fan service like, "Oh, we're just doing this like to give people what they want," but like certain things you can give us what we want but do your own thing in a way where it's still interesting. Like
Hmm.
you don't lose if you give us what we want. Like why why don't you just give us what we want? But Batman
I think
Beyond game
things
would be
are
fucking
planned out
amazing.
so far in advance that even if they did listen to what you want, they already had a backlog of shit that was already being worked on. So you might get what you want. You just might not get it when you want it.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna get a Batman Beyond game anytime soon. The most we'll get is just a fucking remaster of the Arkham games, and then pre-order now to get the Batman Beyond suit free.
Yay!
Yeah, that sounds about right. Injustice 3 might be coming soon as well too.
Yeah, if NetherRealm is up here, then yeah.
Yeah, they've been. I don't know if it's Ed Boon. He's been kind
Yeah.
of teasing towards that story being continued because I believe there's still comics coming out for it as well. I
Hmm.
haven't kept up with that, but I used to read it and I liked it a lot. It was a good time. It's a good storyline. Yeah,
Injustice 2 is fire.
Injustice 2 is great.
Yeah.
Next up
Next
in the
up.
news, Return of Hawk. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 has been rated in Singapore. So that's coming soon. Apparently, new parks are coming to it as well, according to the screenshot here, and like they're gonna do just more in general in it, which is pretty neat. I really want them to remaster Underground because it was fun.
They may do that. Well, this news comes off the heel that they've been teasing something Tony Hawk related coming March 4th, 2025, which is Tuesday. We're recording this on a Sunday, which is Tuesday. And at first, nobody knew what that was until Tony Hawk 3 and 4 got rated elsewhere. So then
Uh,
you look at the date and it makes perfect sense. Oh three,
that's
oh
pretty good.
four.
So it's
Yeah.
not new stuff; it's just the remaster for now, or whatever it is.
I mean, maybe we'll see on the 4th, see if they put new stuff in it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, that was a nice quick one. The next
Yeah.
story I do like the header for that you wrote. Next
Because
Fest was dope.
by the time this is out, it's over.
Yeah, it is. It was a good time, man.
It was.
There was a few demos that I was like, "Whoa, that's a thing." There was a few porn games that showed up, and I was like, "This is on the main page of Next Fest. That's crazy that you've done this." Which is weird, but
I pretty
yeah,
much
man.
put this slide here. I mean, we already talked about everything we played from Next Fest, but just as like, hey, every year, make sure your eyes are out for Next Fest. It's always some cool shit, some cool demos,
Yeah,
some great things popping up. I feel like Next Fest doesn't get like all eyes on it like Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards, obviously, but Next Fest is always you can find some great shit at Next Fest every year.
hell yeah. And if you did miss Next Fest this year and you're watching this podcast and you're like, "Oh no, what did I miss?" We have some YouTube videos for you. Go check those out live on the channel right now.
Yep.
Hashtag ad. What is next? I actually do not know this one.
Um, Microsoft has officially delayed Fable's release from this year to 2026. What I want to assure people is that it's definitely worth the wait, said Xbox Game Studios head Craig Duncan. So Xbox, man, they're essentially going third party at this point. They're all but third party, where all their games are going elsewhere.
Mhm.
Um, Fable is another one of those games that was revealed 2 years ago now, two,
Feels
three
like
years
3 or
ago.
4 as of this point, to be
Yeah,
honest.
there's still games that was revealed when right before Xbox Series came out that has not come out yet. I'm looking
Damn.
at you, Perfect Dark. So just waiting on more Xbox games. Fable has been moved to 2026. That's it for
Man,
that. What is
Xbox
this?
still ain't got games. Who would have fucking guessed that? Anyway, next up. Shit. Following the success of its Silent Hill 2 remake, Bloober Team has announced it's
That's a
partnering with
banger.
Konami again to work on a new game. And as your header, you put patiently waiting for Castlevania.
Listen, if Konami wants to dig themselves out of the rubble and start remaking games from old like series that properties that they own and the highs that the Castlevania anime has hit,
Yeah.
I think it would be very smart. You brought Silent Hill back, bring back Castlevania in a way that really reignites the franchise gaming
Honestly,
wise.
I would love it if they made a Castlevania Soulsborne. Like,
I
do
could
what
see
they
that.
did with Lies of P, but with
Mhm.
the skin of Castlevania. Because that way, I feel like it would make the most sense, to be honest.
Mm.
I mean, at least combat wise, you don't have to do like the boss fights and shit, but like make the combat completely based around like a Soulsborne and then make the enemies what they are in Castlevania, which are, fucking crazy vampire bullshit.
Oh, I wish I could pitch to the Konami, but like a cell shaded Soulsborne game. So it looks like the anime, but it's a Soulsborne game.
Maybe it's in black and white too, and then whenever you hit things, it does color splashes of blood.
Oh, that'd be fire.
That would be sick. That'd be like what was it? What was the game? I forget. There was a game I used to play, and you could. Oh, it was Ghost of Tsushima. Why am I stupid? You could put it in black and white mode because it was like the old samurai films, and it would turn into
Mhm.
Japanese and shit, and it would put the bars there. Do that where it makes it like almost look like parchment on like a piece of
Mhm.
paper, and all the outlines are you and like the outlines of the enemies and shit. And whenever you cut someone or hit someone and blood splatters, that's when the paint splatters and paints
Mhm.
what like the actual color is that you would see. That'd be
Love it.
cool.
I love the
Kind of
idea.
like a Untitled Goose Game, but a little bit more artistic. Procedurally generate those splashes, baby.
Or hold on, I'm
Podcast
looking at
title?
something. What?
Procedurally generate those splashes, baby.
Baby.
Yeah,
Baby.
Adam Cole. would be proud. I think it's time to get into this motherfucking state of play, though. The last news thing, I think, right?
No, there's one before that.
Oh, there's one before that. I skipped it. Weird. I mean, it kind of
Yuri
goes into
Lowenthal,
it.
good old Yuri Lowenthal, who voices Peter Parker in Insomniac's Spider-Man series, has said the character won't be relegated to the couch in the next game. So if you
Yeah.
played Spider-Man 2, we can spoil this by now. At the end, he's talking about hanging it up. He's going to give Miles the helm, hold down New York. You were Spider-Man. You're the Spider-Man now. Yada, 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 yada. But Yuri himself, the voice of Peter Parker in those
Yeah.
games, has said it's not what you think. So I just
Sweet.
say all that to say Spider-Man 3 on the way.
Hell yeah. If you'd like to
Rumor
get
is
that
he's already been
sweater,
recording like voice work for it.
true. You can also get the sweater from that scene on Amazon Basics. It's the dark green variant. I wouldn't know that for any reason. Don't look at my
Yeah,
closet behind me.
I'm
Anyway,
sure.
don't look in my closet behind me. Moving on. The state of play happened and it was fucking dope.
It was.
It was a really good state of play. There wasn't anything like super like I don't think there was anything like crazy crazy. Like there was definitely some really cool stuff, but I don't think there was any like
No, that last game,
the
which
last
was
one. What was it
that
again?
was
Was it Soros?
yeah, with your
I don't
boy
think
and
I think that it was more exciting that the actor was in it, but I don't think the game is that I'm not
you
super
know what?
excited about the game. We'll get into
You're
it.
right. Yeah.
Let's move into it. Monster Hunter Wilds. New monster was revealed, and there were some roadmap details. I'm never gonna play this game. Are you
That
gonna
game
ever play
came
that
out
game?
that game came out Friday. It's out now. No, I'm not a Monster Hunter guy.
Yeah, it looks great. There was a disc.
It got amazing reviews. So if you're
Oh yeah,
into it, apparently this is the one. Go play it.
yeah. Here's the thing. If I was going to play Monster Hunter, it would probably be this one. I just have no desire. Uh, I'm gonna kind of speed run a couple of them just so we
Oh
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
to the big boys. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, newly announced game, will with release date launching August 29th, 2025 on PS5 and PS4. I'm so glad that this links to things. Thank God,
Yeah.
whoever made this fucking article, you are a blessing from heaven.
I found
If
this
you'd
page.
like
I
to
was like,
see this
perfect.
article yourself, you can become a Patreon because we send out our news notes to you. Hashtag ad. This game
I'm hype
looks
about this
fucking
Shinobi game.
amazing. 2D side scrolly, kind of looks drawn a little bit with some of
Mhm.
the splash effects and shit, procedurally generated splashes. Um, what do you like about it? What's your
It's
standouts?
very Shinobi 3, which is a Sega Genesis game. But I like that Shinobi was always I mean, I think it had a 3D one, but Shinobi has always been outside of that been 2D. 2D
Mhm.
action. And this looks awesome. This looks like how I remember Shinobi, obviously with some very modern version of that. But I used to love those games, and I'm looking forward to this.
Rewatching this in HD is actually really cool too,
Yeah.
because I feel like you lose a lot of the details when you're watching the live stream version.
Mhm.
Next up, Sonic Racing, Crossworld's newly announced game. There's Sonic Racing.
Yep.
Digimon Story Time Stranger. I'm so fucking excited for this, dude. I cannot explain to you how excited I am for a modern Digimon game because I've never played a Digimon game in my life.
Is Digimon still like going? Is that still a thing?
I believe so. I don't know if it's like I don't actually know now. I don't want to say that as a thing. I don't think so. I think there was like 3 or 4 seasons worth of it of like 3 different like groups of kids.
Mhm.
And I don't know what this is, if, like, you're with those kids or if you're, like, your own creative character, I can't remember, but it looks fucking cool. I love Digimon. They're fucking wild designs. I think they were, like, my favorite
Mhm.
designs as a kid to, like, try and draw and shit. I remember I had that wolf, one as a toy, but it was a transformer, and if you remember when he would digivolve, he would turn into the wolf with fucking jeans on, and he'd have brass knuckles in his hands. I'm gonna put it on the
Um,
screen. Editor Chris,
yeah.
look me up.
I'm not
It's
the guy to ask
sick.
that question
It's
to.
sick, dude. I want to get that. I You know what? That's I'm gonna put that on my eBay search list so I can get a piece of that childhood back. Cause
There you
that
go.
I love that thing so much. It was so much fun. But yeah, Digimon Adventures. It looks really good for what it is. I don't understand what the game's gonna be, but I like the look of Digimon. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what do we got next?
Lost Soul Aside. What is that? New gameplay release and release date reveal launching May 30th, 2025 on PS5 and PC.
Anime
Uh,
as fuck looking. I don't remember this.
it looks like
Whoa,
action RPG.
the
It looks
crystallized
very
stuff
Final
looks
Fantasy.
cool.
It's not Final Fantasy, but it gives me those vibes.
I really like the traversal options
Yeah,
that you get in certain stuff, but it very much is normal old RPG with slightly Dark Souls esque boss, kind
very
of.
quick action game. It looks good.
Yeah,
Looks good.
I probably won't play it, but it looks good. What do we got next? Oh yeah,
Dave the
like a
Diver.
dragon, pirate
No,
Yakuza in
I skip one.
Hawaii.
Oh, so you like a dragon? Well, this is like a dragon pirate edition.
Yeah, I like it a
February
lot.
20th, 2025.
Samoa Joe is the bad guy in it. He's a wrestler and he's like the main gangster of Hawaii or some shit. I
I mean, I
also
do remember
think
y'all saying that during the stream.
do you know the rapper BB No Money?
No,
Damn.
I
Well,
don't.
I think that the
Unfortunately,
main character in this game looks like Baby No Money.
Hmm,
So I'm gonna put up, hey editor Chris, work overtime, why don't you?
Chris is working.
You have lunchtime now, fucker. Anyway, moving
Chris, we got to put up another picture. of You just like fucking.
Yeah. Uh, speaking of Like a Dragon, though, Dave the Diver is also getting that DLC in April, which is pretty cool. And then something that we're both excited for, the big thing,
Woo!
S-
Splitgate 2.
Splitgate
Alpha release
2.
date confirmed for PS5 February 27th. So this is out.
Oh,
February 27th, 2025.
one moment. Let me do a quick little Google over here. Splitgate
Open
2
alpha. That's what it is. Starting 227.
on
It says
Steam.
it at the end of the trailer.
Oh, you can request access on Steam. I didn't do that. One moment. Let me do that as we speak live on the podcast. Splitgate 2. Free. Request access. Welcome to the playtest. Access granted.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
request. I'm doing the same thing. Request access.
Play
Request access.
now.
Well, that did it.
I will hit
Welcome to the
install
playtest.
after this stream, and maybe that's what I do the rest of the night.
Wow,
We'll
I'm
see.
glad we did this.
Cool. Next up, WWE 2K25. First of all, this is filmed the day after Elimination Chamber, and I'd like to say I've bought a Cena t-shirt because holy shit, it
I've
was
been
a
seeing the clips
phenomenal
all over
time.
the internet all day.
Dude, here's the thing. I don't need to prove it in any way, but I have witnesses. I was in a Discord and we joined the stream when the main event happened.
Mhm.
And I said, this is how I would book this. I said, you have John Cena win the chamber, you have Cody say no to The Rock, and then John Cena turns heel. And then I was told in Discord that's never gonna happen.
I'm sure you were really feeling yourself at the end of the night.
When it happened exactly how I fucking wrote it before it happened, I was like, "Oh shit, dude. I should be writing for wrestling." Cuz like, and here's the
Mhm.
thing. Now I'm going to put this out right now cuz I can't really technically prove that I said that verbatim, right? Now, I have a prediction for WrestleMania. And this is going to be for the two people that watch this. The Rock said if Cody says no, that the
Mhm.
dream dies. And people are thinking that was in reference to Cody Rhodes. You know, the American Nightmare. He's got the dream on his tattoo on his titty, all that jazz, right? Nay, I think that he is referencing something else unintentionally. The dream is John Cena winning one final title at WrestleMania. And that dream died when Cody said no because Cody is going to beat John Cena at WrestleMania and not give John Cena his dream.
Well, you heard it here. It's recorded.
That is the writing. That is what was said. The Rock called it, and he was correct, but it's not what he actually meant. That's what I think is happening at WrestleMania. Thank you very much. I will take my check now, Paul Levesque. That being said, I'm buying the deluxe edition of this video game. Excited about it. You can steal people's souls as a move now, which is pretty sick.
When does
It's
it?
gonna be
Oh,
my.
March 2025. We're here.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get early access as well, and we're gonna stream that shit. The best part of that stream is the first thing you do when you get in the game. Character creator, baby. We're making Kingly the newest WWE champion.
I'm looking forward to see Say Before Quitting is going live on the day this comes out.
And I'm gonna upload the Say Before Quitting logos to the WWE thing so that I
Oh,
can
fire.
put it on my gear. It's gonna be sick.
It's dope.
Next up, a game that looks less and less promising the more I see it. Borderlands 4.
Mm.
I
New
am
trailer. Release date
disappointed.
of September 23rd, 2025. Dedicated state of play coming this spring.
I don't like the look of it. I mean, it looks
Wouldn't.
like Borderlands, but I am very scared that it's going. None of the heroes, no offense, none of them have anything special, like
Mm-mm.
a defining feature. Like you think back to Borderlands 1, 2, even 3, each of the 4 different characters of the crew are so different from each other that it's like that's these are them. Like that guy has this thing that's a defining feature. That guy has this thing, and this girl's this, and
Mhm.
this one it's just they're just some people. They're just like they're just
People
some
with
some
guns.
guys and gals, and they get some cool guns. And don't get me wrong, that's probably fun, and they probably have some cool character abilities or some magic or whatever bullshit they want to say. But they didn't
Mhm.
like none of these characters have sold me. Like I don't care about any of them at all. I'm really hoping that state of play sells me more because I would love to play another Borderlands with my brother because that's fun. And I like when we play
Mhm.
Borderlands games together. Next up, a game that we're going to be playing or already did play by the time this comes out, Split Fiction.
Split Fiction, March 6th. Stay
Yes,
close to your stay
Twitch.
close to your Twitch, March 6th. You
Hell
might get an
yeah.
alert from Say Before Quitting.
It's going to be a good ass time. We have to record another game as well beforehand because if we don't, we will get killed.
What fucking Resident Evil?
Yeah, we gotta film that, like an hour of that, just so we have it,
Okay.
we gotta start it, okay? We
All
gotta
right, we'll start it. We'll do it.
Bitchmade's back. There's a new beanie. Um,
You gotta sell this merch.
there's a new beanie. It's tax season, god damn it. Next up, Directive 8020. I don't remember this at all. Do you?
It's like space horror.
Space horror. Oh yeah, I do remember this. I'm not playing this. I refuse. I will watch someone on YouTube play it. Or maybe we'll do it for Bitchmade because it is a part of the Dark Pictures anthology.
Yeah.
So there's that as an option.
October 2nd, 2025 is when it comes out.
Spooky season.
Speaking of spooky, Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic.
I
New
liked the look of
trailer.
this.
Release date June 13th, 2025.
I don't know why, but the 3D Five Nights at Freddy's, I like the look of a lot. Like whenever we see them, I'm like, this looks good. I'll never play them, but I'm like,
Mhm.
this looks like it's genuinely good compared to what it used to be, where it was just like the screens and look at a door and whatnot in one seat.
Yeah.
Like I really love to see the progression. Like it's a
It's
good
definitely
uptick.
evolved.
I like it
Yeah.
a lot. The Midnight Walk looks fucking amazing. This
I don't know
might
what this
be,
was.
immediately once you see it. This is the stop motion game.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. Yeah.
It is fucking gorgeous.
It does look
The
very, like, art-wise, it looks very impressive.
the monster designs, the character regular design, like the guy with the banjo at the campfire is the coolest looking motherfucker I've ever seen. and this little teapot guy that's your friend, like, it's so good.
Mm.
It's so good looking. I cannot wait to play it. God,
I'm
that
looking at
fucking
it. You kind of
creature.
just get lost in the visual.
Yeah. And the craziest part is that it's all stop motion animated. Like, these are all puppets that were, like, stop motion picture frames, and then they brought it into the digital world,
Yeah.
after they did that, which is insane to do. Like, they
Yeah.
in theory, they could have just straight up made the puppets digitally and rendered them to look like real, and then stop motion animated in a digital program, which is a thing you can
Mhm.
do, but they went through the process of making all the puppets and shit, and it's fucking gorgeous. I will be playing this, but definitely not in PlayStation VR 2. Fuck that noise. Um, what do we got next?
Darwin's Paradox.
Oh yeah, this one was wild. I don't
You're
remember
like a
like
little octopus, and you're trying to traverse through like a I don't know, like a warehouse.
yeah, it's very similar to like Octodad, where it's like wacky antics ensue and you're like kind of puzzle platforming your way through wherever you're trying to get to. But it's really cool looking.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. Like it looks like a cool, like you could beat it in a weekend type fun,
Yeah.
quick game.
I like games like this where it's just very simple and just like the objective is just don't fucking die as an octopus.
Yeah.
Simple, easy, that's it. Great time. Love it. Warriors Abyss is next up on the list. This game looks fine. Uh
It's a I think it was it's Koei Tecmo. Yeah, Koei Tecmo, their Warriors franchise, Warriors series. It's just their newest one of those. Except it's more of not tactics, but it's a roguelite. It's a roguelite Warriors game.
mhm.
Run base, see how far you can get, yada yada yada. We all know what that is now because roguelite game is every other game now. Um, but that's what this is. Looks cool if you're into
Yeah.
that.
And it was a stealth drop as well. They dropped it immediately.
Yeah,
So, if you would
if you're
like to
into
go
that
play that,
series,
go play
yeah.
it. Next up, you know about this franchise more than I do. Onimusha. Let me know.
Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny. Um, think Resident Evil, but then think Samurai's. That's Onimusha. Um,
So is it like zombie stuff too,
no,
as
there's no
well?
zombies, but I'm just talking about how like the well, this isn't. This is more updated to modern action
Mhm.
RPG-esque games. But the traversal in the original Onimusha was this is Capcom, so it was similar to Resident Evil, like I said before.
Mhm.
You're walking through different corridors, different settings.
Locked
Um,
camera.
yeah, it was like that except this setting.
That's cool. I dig this. I'm liking the look of this one, the Samurai's Destiny one. That's a what, remaster?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of Onimusha. Like, I don't why is there so much Onimusha that they showed?
They're remaking the second one. They did the first one, but I think it was only on Switch. Or am I thinking of that wrong? Hold on. Onimusha
Way of the Sword?
Remastered. Onimusha World. No, not Onimusha
Is this a
World.
new one? Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. This is a remaster.
Onimusha Way of the Sword is a remaster?
Hmm?
The next Onimusha that they announced, Way of the
Way of the
Sword.
Sword is a brand new game.
Oh,
Yes.
that's just brand new. Oh, shit.
Onimusha 2 is a remaster. Onimusha Way
Gotcha.
of the Sword is a brand new game in the franchise.
Shit. This looks very good, actually. I kinda like
Yeah.
this. Huh. Yo, that boss fight looks great. Yeah, you know what? I'm kinda digging it. When's this come out? Just 2026, they said? Alright, you know what? I'm putting that on the radar. That's on the wish list now just because it's piqued my interest.
Mhm.
Next up, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. New
Snake. This is
trailer.
one of those games that's just like, is it coming out or not? I feel like they've been telling us about it for a
Mhm.
while now.
Well, it is coming out August 28th, 2025.
Good. Come out so I can stop seeing the same
It's my
trailers over.
brother's birthday. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm not a Metal Gear guy. I've never played one ever, so I don't
I
know
beat the
any of
first
the.
2 and never played one after that.
Gotcha. Next up, we got a trailer for a game called Hell Is Us.
I remember
Um,
seeing this trailer and being like, "What is this?"
I don't think that we got any gameplay in it. That
No,
was
there's
like,
gameplay, like quick, like flashes of it towards the end of the trailer.
okay. Was there any that was like, okay, there's like combat. Interesting. It looks slightly Returnal-ish, like, if that makes sense, like setting wise and like what's going on,
You think so?
but
I
like the
can't tell what it looks
vibe.
like. Oh,
Like, it's
vibe.
some,
Or
like,
everything.
creepy, weird and then, like, you look at the battles, it's, like, the fucking weird monsters that shoot, like, random light plasma and shit.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah,
Well, no,
that's
there's some
Returnal
like
as fuck.
searching and shit. Like if you go to like 35 seconds in
Mhm.
the trailer, it's like a real quick flash of gameplay and like walking through like a decrepit town or whatever.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, my interest is peaked, but I don't think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that day one, but September 4th, 2025 is coming out.
I need to see
Uh,
more of it.
New DLC from Lies of P,
Yeah.
even though
Overture.
why does it say P with an I on they put an I at the
That's
end?
Lies of Pi. They
Lies of
spelled it wrong.
Pi. You fucked up, Sony or Screen
Yeah,
Rant
right.
rather. But yeah, Lies of Pi Overture. We got a little DLC action for this. I only know like 2 people that have played this fully,
Yeah, shout out to
and
CLD for beating this.
yeah, I'm sure CLD is very much looking forward to this because he had a great time with this game.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think I'm ever gonna play this shit because I'm just not good at these.
Didn't you play it?
I played the beta.
Yeah, you played it. I know you played like a little bit of it.
Yeah, it was just the beta though. I didn't get past like the first like mini boss, if you want to call it a
Mm.
boss. I don't know if I would. Maybe it was just a bigger enemy in the main area, but
Yeah, I got you.
my bitch ass could not do it. So yeah, that's coming out soon, summer 2025. Next up, what we got?
Dreams of Another. I remember this because it was all like pixely,
Yeah,
but I
and then
couldn't
it
like
got weird because
understand.
he pulled out an AR and started shooting shit.
Yeah, I was like, what is this game doing? Like, what kind of game is this?
Is a weird game. Pretty much everything is like pointillism, like dots, not pixels. And it
Mm.
to make things clearer, you use an assault rifle that's on the back of this man in pajamas back. Um, but it also kind of
PS5
seems like
and PSVR
other
2.
people can like do stories in it and shit, maybe. I don't know.
Me neither. I'd have to see more of that.
Yeah, like, when the guy brought out the gun, I was very confused, to say the least, but
Yeah.
this has piqued my interest, I think, a decent bit more than most of the other things. So, yeah, Dreams of Another, check that trailer out if you're interested in some weird looking shit.
Yeah.
Uh, Next up was Days Gone Remastered, new reveal coming April 25th, 2025. We've seen Days Gone, it's just a better version of Days Gone, coming
Yeah.
soon.
You know
Cool to
what that
see
is.
that. Just to quickly get a few of these out because this is dumb one. Stellar Blade. There's a crossover. Goddess of Victory. Nikke
Nikki.
DLC. I don't know. Announcement available June 2025. No, sweet. Stellar Blade. You can be hot and slice things. Lost Records. Bloom and Rage. I don't remember who this is
Yeah, what was
from.
this? I gotta go
It's
back
from
now.
Don't Nod Montreal.
It
Uh,
looks like whatchamacallit?
Looks like Life is Strange, but, like, a
Yes.
little bit better, if I'm being honest. Like, the
It does look very
animation
Life is
looks
Strange.
this looks a little bit more polished than Life is Strange, I'd say. And it
Is it made by
okay.
the same people? Who
No,
makes Life is Strange? Okay.
that's Annapurna. This is a
That's
different,
right. That's right.
this is a
That's right.
Montreal studio, whatever I just said at the beginning. I said it in the podcast, go back to it. Don't Nod and Unreal is who this is from. But it's tape 1 is coming out February 18th, 2025, and tape 2 is March 18th, 2025. Seems like it's very story-based driven. Choose the dialogue and let it reveal itself in front of you. Choose your own adventure of the story. Pretty cool. What do we got next?
Blueprints. I get the idea. Blueprints. I understand now. But it's spelled for people listening, blue and prince, like the son of a king, prince.
Yeah. But it's like Blueprints is the game. You're building something, I guess, like
Is
a
it a
house.
puzzle game?
It's a genre-bending, atmospheric, architectural adventure where you explore an ever-changing manor of 45 shifting rooms. Discover
Mm,
secrets and mysteries in a house you build, one room at a time. Each door is a decision, and each room you pick adds another layer of strategy, puzzles, and exploration to your adventure.
My head exploded. There we go. That's how I feel after you read that.
Blueprints. BLUE space Prince, PRINCE. The
Mhm.
lesser form of kingly. Moving on.
It's princely.
Princely. Uh, Abiotic factor. I don't actually remember this one, so I'm going to casually narrate throughout the trailer. It looks similar to a Lethal Company type situation as well, where you group up with your friends, you build a base, it looks like, and there are monsters everywhere that you need to
Yeah.
protect yourselves from. I don't know if the objective is to kill the monsters or just to survive in wherever you are, but
It may be a little bit of both from what I'm seeing.
it looks like it might be a little bit of both. There's a little bit of exploration out into like an overworld area outside of wherever your base is.
Oh, I got you.
Definitely some crazy looking fucking monsters that they have here. And
Abiotic
Dracula?
Abiotic Factor is a survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in the depths of an underground research facility. Caught between paranormal, containment failure, a military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms, the world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats. There you go.
Shit. Pretty cool. I'm very interested in that. I will be putting that in my friend's Discord for later to be used for a group game. Next up, what do we got? Tides of
Tales of
Annihilation?
Annihilation. They didn't give a release date for this.
Yeah. I scrolling through, gameplay looks very Stellar Blade-ish,
Third person
post-apocalyptic
action
world.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very big bosses, Dark
There's
Souls
2D
feeling esque.
segments.
Yeah,
I don't yeah, actually this looks pretty cool if I'm
yeah,
being honest.
it looks good. I mean, I just have seen so many games that are the same thing, so I'm like, yeah, it's
It's
another
the
one of them.
PlayStation way.
Yeah, it's Stellar Blade 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it does look
Um,
very Stellar Blade.
Next up, Metal Eden. If I remember correctly, this looked slick as shit. It kind of looks like Titanfall 3, and I kind of got hyped about it a little bit
It's a
because
big
there's wall
statement.
running. And I think there's a grapple hook as well, so it looks pretty
Well, then
sick.
it's day one.
Uh, I don't know if it's a multiplayer shooter or if it's just like a shooter game in general where you just, traverse and do cool shit. I can't really
Dive into
tell.
the dystopian future of Metal Eden, an adrenaline rush sci-fi first-person shooter. Play as the hyper unit Aska, an advanced battle android on a suicide mission to rescue the citizens cores from the vast monolithic city Mobius. Once a hopeful new home for humanity, now turned into cybernetic warfare.
Wow.
What secrets lie beneath Project Eden?
I mean, it looks fucking sick. It
It
looks
looks
like
fun.
fast-paced Future Doom with wall
Yeah,
running.
yeah. It looks fun to play.
Oh yeah, I'm very
Keep up with.
interested in that. May 6th, I might have to wishlist that as well. Only
Mhm.
2 left. We had Mind's Eye right after that. Um, if I can skip forward through,
The hell is this Grand Theft?
I don't remember this at all.
Me neither. I think this is
I'll
when you
read
were
this
taking
one.
over because I was busy.
Yeah, this might have been a game where I was like, wow, this looks average. Play as Jacob Diaz, a former soldier fitted with the mind's eye, a mysterious neural implant that haunts him with fragmented memories of a covert mission that changed his life forever. Fight to uncover the truth in a world where AI, high tech experimentation, and unchecked military power shape every encounter. Jacob isn't the only one searching for answers. Forces working in the shadows may be more powerful and dangerous than he ever imagined. Get ready
Ooh.
for intense combat on foot, behind the wheel, and in the air, where every decision can mean the difference between survival and defeat.
And defeat.
Cranking your hog. Yeah, this is guy game. Boom.
Third person action, blowing shit up. Your guy with a gun
Michael
and a chip
Bay.
on his shoulder. Yeah,
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
it looks like
Autobots roll out. Ew-ah.
what is that action game? I'm
Robots
not gonna
in disguise.
not Far Cry. Um, this is gonna bug the shit out of me, and I'm not gonna remember it.
What is it? A first person action
It's a
game?
third person action blowing shit up ass game.
Max Payne.
No. Um, oh, this is gonna kill me. It's a series too. There's more than
Just
one of these.
Cause.
Just Cause. That's what it reminds me of. Just Cause.
Yeah, I could see that from the trailer. Um, I don't think I'm interested in it at all. From reading that out, it kind of made me feel like I lost a couple brain cells.
It feels like it would have to get like crazy, incredible reviews and be like, okay, what is this game doing?
I feel like I don't drink enough of the green Monster Energy to play that video game. I'm a
Well,
big fan of the white one where it's 0 sugar, and I don't think I can go back to the green. I can't do that. I can't play Mind's Eye.
get
Um,
uh get you start drinking that monster because it's coming summer 2025.
no, thank you. Our final news story here on the end of this state of play, the cinematic announced trailer. So we have no idea what the actual game is going to be like. In theory, it could be the same as the previous one, but we'll see. Saros was announced, which is the sequel slash in the same universe of as Returnal, which is the
Mhm.
first ever PlayStation exclusive video game. If you are unaware, PlayStation
Yep.
5, first ever PlayStation 5 only game. Sorry, I said that stupid and weird. I'm gonna take it from the top, so this is great. If you don't know Returnal, it is the first ever PS5 exclusive game. As in, it was never released on PS4 or anything else. It was exclusively on PS5, and it was the first one to do it.
Was Ratchet on
Ratchet and
PS4?
Clank was on PS4,
Ah, okay, never mind.
and I believe Returnal also came before it.
Mm.
It was right before it as well. So this is the official first one. Returnal was great, multiplayer game that you could do or solo, with some really cool story elements to it.
We
Uh,
had some fun.
the cool part about this one is actor Rahul Kohli, who is frequently in many videos with person who we fangirl about, Alana Pierce.
Mhm.
We are big Alana Pierce fans in this household, and rightfully so.
On
But
this show.
Rahul got the lead in the game, and he's the lead character in the sequel to the Returnal series, which is very exciting. I'm excited to see what this is because I liked Returnal
Yeah.
a lot. I wasn't great at it, but I really
Same.
loved playing it. It was a good time. Maybe we get back into it at some point. You know what? Maybe when this is about to come out, we get back into Returnal.
I'm not mad at that.
I think that'd be
Oh
a
no, man.
this
This fucking Splitgate 2 just blew my head
Splitgate.
off.
Well, that comes out in 2026. Sorrows, so we got plenty of time to play
Very
Splitgate 2
true.
in the meantime.
Very true.
But that's all the time we have
Yeah.
here on
That's
this
the news and
podcast
that's the
with you.
podcast.
That's the whole show.
The
If you
whole shit.
enjoyed this show, make sure you leave it a like on the YouTube video and then on whatever audio platform this is on as well. If you want to leave a review and all that jazz, you can also check out our social media at save the letter B number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty. Titty gang. I can't. Chris, where'd you go?
John
Oh, there you are.
Now, you can also go to savebeforequitting.com where we have multiple new merch options for you, including this amazing tie-dye shirt with embroidered logo, Retro Station Skater logo, where you can get this on a
Yeah.
t-shirt, on a hoodie, on a jean bucket hat, on a holographic limited edition sticker. I don't know why I said sticker like that, but it came out that way and we're going to go with it. You can also check out the new Bitch Made beanie because Bitch Made's going to be back very soon, starting off with Resident Evil 4 Remake
Yes.
coming
We
soon.
promise.
We promise. And then after that, make sure you keep an eye on your Twitch. So because we're gonna be playing Split Fiction together.
Mhm.
I assume since it's the whatever the studio name is, I forget. If we aren't able to play couch co-op at some point in the future, we could always continue it digitally, which is pretty cool. I believe
Yeah.
that's the case because only one person has to buy it, and then you just give it to the other person with like a link or some shit, which is
It's
phenomenal.
EA, Haze Light Studios, and your
Yeah.
boy Joseph Ferris.
Yeah. So we'll be checking that out on stream. If you missed it, or if this podcast came out too late, go check out the VOD while it's still there. Obviously, that'll be made into a clipped series as well. Check out the new
Mhm.
clipped YouTube video from the next fest. There's more coming from that too. There's a new Patreon podcast. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/save letter B number for quitting. So much
Yes.
shit to watch
Your
more
boy's been
shit.
working.
We got
We've been
stuff.
working.
And we're gonna have more coming soon. Ant will be streaming more. That background that you see there, it will have
Oh, yeah.
things.
I'm gonna clean all this up and
There's
be,
gonna be
a
things
little
instead of
better.
boxes. There's gonna
Yeah.
be cool turtles and
There's gonna be
Simpsons.
things. There's gonna be a much more attractive background
Yeah.
back here.
And then it'll be forced to stream every night. Not every night, but you know,
Well, no,
most nights.
I'm going to be now. If
A
we're doing
night.
that, then I gotta take advantage.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. And we're gonna do a video of that as well. If I guess in theory we might not be able to do it on the night that we record, but
Not
we'll
the
figure it
next
out.
time, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll make it
The
time.
next office day that we have. We'll figure out our
Yeah.
next office day.
We definitely have to figure that out.
But yeah, I think that's all that we've got. Before we figure out our next office day, make sure you guys always stay safe. We'll see you next month. Mathematically. Not like actually. Well, yeah, we could do this. Probably do this.
Hey, thank you for watching this video. There's more where that came from.
Yes, there is. And if you want to see a video just like the one you just watched, you can click up here for that. Or if you want a video that YouTube recommended just for your nerdy gamer person self, you can click right here on that video right there. And you can like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment on anything that you like.
All that good stuff.
Number 2, save before quitting.